Hello, everybody. My name's Grant Ellis, and I'm the host of WebDM Plays, and I'm happy to be here tonight as we get ready for more Torg Eternity, Orrorsh Encounters. Orrorsh is a demi-plane of horror that is a focus in the Indian subcontinent during the reality wars that take place as a major part of Torg Eternity. Hope I'm coming through loud and clear. I'm sort of winging some of my production sound. And I'm actually excited because tonight my restream is working correctly. So you can see this on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. All in various places. Our illustrious game master for tonight's game is the great Rudy Basso. You might remember Rudy from running Aliens on WebDM Plays. Well, hey, I'm most certainly going to try. In fact, I am playing Sister Bethany tonight in the game. But yeah, so this is an exciting campaign. This is part 2 of 3. We will be back next week with the finale. When last we left our intrepid heroes, I had taken a shellacking. I think I was down to 1 wound remaining, so if I get hit 3 times, my character dies. Excuse me. We were lucky that Shauna's character turned into a werewolf. Again, I'm going to post that link for those that didn't see it. We are supporting Ulysses Spiela's crowdfunding campaign for Torg Eternity, the Orrorsh Encounters. Orrorsh is a play on the word horrors, and it is a setting that features the supernatural, Victorians, werewolves, and it's like an exciting time. It's a fun one. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Hope you had, for those of you who checked out the things such as the Puppy Bowl, I hope you enjoyed it. I have to bring that up. I saw it. I saw something going around. There was a chunky monkey. That was an exciting dog. He was so fluffy. I've been hanging out with the WebDM guys over the week. Pruitt actually moved right by me, so Pruitt is very close to where I live now, over here on the East Coast. And it's good to have him closer. He's actually planning a heck of a lot of production this year for WebDM Plays. And yeah, we have an interesting show tonight. We play members of the Delphi Council, and when I say we, I refer to Pruitt, Shauna, Maria, and myself. We are kind of like the superheroes of the setting. We come from all different backgrounds and have many different powers and abilities. We decided that most of us would use archetypes right out of the campaign setting. We kind of have 2 adventures tonight, assuming we survive the first. The Council of Magnificence. That's a great way to describe us. For those of you chatting on Twitch, Happy Capster Maria, one of our phenomenal players, is in the chat. And yeah, this is fun times. Our players are Alice Yoon, the reluctant werewolf, Agent S, who might be Pruitt's last character from WebDM Plays. Sister Bethany is a Sekellum priest. That's a fancy way of saying a nun. I play a nun. I have the habit right here. Ooh, habit right here. This is the costume. Yeah, and Maria plays, I believe, the socialite alienist. It's fun times. It's part of me while I throw away my dinner. I finished it, but some of the wrappers hanging around. Yes, I ate dinner that involved wrappers. Figure that one out. We are looking at doing more streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, all three platforms. We figured let folks choose where they hang out. We want to empower everyone. If you support this game, also feel free to support the WebDM Plays Patreon. That all funds through the Patreon support our cast and crew. It allows us to put on these shows. At $2, you can join our Discord and let us know which of the rules we got wrong. It's interesting because on one screen, all the links go, hey, hey! On one screen, the links go downwards. On another one, they go upwards. I like how we immediately get a bunch of dislikes on YouTube, too. I'm sorry, WebDM fans. I'm all they got. Maybe if you paid more on WebDM Plays Patreon, we could get Pruitt and Jim to come out. But you're stuck with Grant Ellis, dagnabbit. Hey! It's fine. You know what? I'm going to hunt down all the dislikers. I'll find you. I will find you and I will fight you. I did a little YouTubing this week, so let me see if I can pull up no Grant hate in this house. Ah. Yeah, I'll behave. I'm gonna pull up Acrobat. And we'll take a look at some of these. For those of you that are less familiar with Torg, it's a cross-genre cinematic RPG. Cinematic means it's fast-paced. Things happen in broad strokes, as opposed to moment to moment, like a game such as Dungeons and Dragons. There are swings, dramatic swings. It's a game that involves both dice and cards, as well as tokens. So each of us as players have these cards in our hands that we can play to impact the fiction of the world. We might be able to take in Nemesis and turn them into a romantic option. We might have failed in action, but can play a card to choose to succeed. We are limited, though, in creativity by what cards we have in our hands. So I'm going to open up a couple of things. Can make this fit. And we can take a look. All right. So we're going to open this on the screen. It's going to appear on the left-hand side, I believe. Ta-da! Hey, Jango Wolf. Good to see you. So, that's an example of a Torg character. You can see they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attributes. The attributes are associated with skills. There are a wide variety of skills. And on top of those skills, you have perks. And I mentioned it's cross-genre. If you take equipment between genres, there's a chance that it can transmogrify into different shapes. For example, if I'm bringing a gas lantern into the prehistoric time period, it might turn into a torch. Or it might turn into a tree branch. Very likely that could be the Necronomicon in that photo. We're about 20 minutes away from when we will go live. The archetypes give you suggestions on how to play the character optimally. They give you tactics that you can use, particularly if you haven't played the game before. There's combat-centric characters. You know, this character is designed to get in close and work melee. This character might use taunts and tricks in order to manipulate destiny cards, etc. The character I was playing, I wasn't the disembodied Bobby, the Sakellum Priest, relies on utilizing intimidation skills and blessings, making sure that the attacks are more potent, we are warded and protected, as well as applying various effects to our enemies. You do have an opportunity to see some advancement in the game as we advance based on the experience we receive. But do you see it because we had to create new characters after we got wiped by the golem? Or for some other reason? You'll have to wait and see. Coming in close. Coming in close. So yeah, I mentioned this is a game sponsored by Ulysses Spiele. We have dropped the link several times in the chat. They can change. You can try to use them as intended, or there's a chance that they'll do what's called disconnect. You can disconnect as well, where you transform into something. So if you are in Astronaut and you are going through the prehistoric time, you might change shape if you fail your reality test. Most of the characters in this setting, though, are playing characters set from the Orrorsh Cosm. Cosm being the sort of sub-reality that we are inhabiting. There are numbers. There's Pan Pacifica, which is sort of like an electric action movie setting set in Asia. There's the Living Lands, which is more styled towards dinosaur people and things such as that. There's Tharcold, which is kind of like the video game Doom. There's also Ale, which is high fantasy, like Dungeons and Dragons. There's the Nile Empire, which is pulp adventure, like Indiana Jones, early 20th century superheroes. Fun stuff. Going to link again. I actually really enjoy managing the restream because I can see all three chats in one location. It's important for me to be able to do that. Haven't played Fading Suns yet. I'm waiting to receive a copy of it. I will run an actual play series for Fading Suns on this channel. It's coming up. We'll see what we can do. And do check out that Patreon. So we're getting close to time. You rated us demanding cookie recipes. Hi, Kelly. It's so good to see you. That is a raid with 28. Oh my gosh, enormous raid. Oh my gosh! So many viewers for us. I wish I had a raid video. You know, Kelly, I don't know if you saw, but there is a character in our one of our APs. It's off the Snickerpoodles recipe. Give you the recipe. I swear someone looked at one of your performances. They remembered you from Life on Mard. You just killed Matt again? Good. In Mordor? Good. Matthew died. That's... You have twice killed Matthew Mercer. Friend of the show, Matthew. Matt has actually made one appearance on WebDM. And he actually... It's a reference to me. They were getting him to say the word rhinoceros, the same way that he says it in D&D Beyond. And he said, well, I like rhinoceros, but I also like to say Tarask. He does a very good job saying Tarask. So yeah, speaking of Snickerpoodles, the Snickerpoodle himself will be running tonight. Or, not running, but he is playing. Who we got in the chat? We got all kinds of people. Lots of folks hanging out. Fortune's forecast, Lucky Charms. So if you like the artwork for this, or at least the layout and everything, I'm still doing it for WebDM. Still making it happen. I do the intro video for this series. This is our second Orrorsh encounters, compared to the first Orrorsh encounter, which was last week. It is missing your face, Jingo Wolf. For those of you on YouTube, one of our pals in Twitch is missing from our graphics. We should play Torg sometime. I have the cards. I have the tokens. I have the book. Books with an S. It's not too difficult a game to get into, I don't think. There are a lot of moving parts, but it's not too bad to get into. This music is called Unhallowed Data. It is from the Cyber Papacy soundtrack. The Cyber Papacy is another Cosm in Torg, and in fact, I think we're fighting a creature who is from the Cyber Papacy in the game, the Cyber Golem. Check it out, the Twitters. So we're getting close to start time. This is sort of the new format, or rather, for those of you that watched WebDM Plays over the series, hello, hello! So, on WebDM Plays, we decided we would start doing pre-shows, and usually post-shows as well. Unfortunately, for the miniseries, we don't do post-shows. Goes a little past my bedtime. I'm actually going to... You can kind of hear that music starting in the background. Content warning, I slap an army man in the face this session. I have no regrets. He was too shy to apologize to his daughter. I do. I give him a rap on the bean. It was a point of great contention. I've got to learn not to slap people in RPGs. I mean, my hand flies. It's in character. I'm playing a nun. Oh, I removed my tie. For those of you watching, yes, my hair is quite long right now. It's long and floofy. Use dry shampoo with a volumizer. It poofs up in the morning. Full volume. Sounds like my dog's trying to get into this room. He ain't allowed in here. He's too small. Too little. Too little. Go back to the puppy bowl, little dog. No, he actually thinks I have food in here, and I did at one point. So currently in the lead, for those of you that are keeping track of the big game scores, Twitch is in the lead with 27 points, followed by YouTube with 6 and Facebook with 3. So if you want to be part of the winning team, select a platform and go that way. Yeah, we'll go ahead and drop some of these links again. So if you want to support the Patreon. Oh, that's great. Surge VDog on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, my hair's not that long. Yeah, Twitch is ahead. So we can make our character sheets available to those that support the Patreon, as well as you can get behind the scenes prep information, upcoming glances about what's coming up. I did all the little artwork for that too, all the little icons on the Patreon. As well, we will So we're about 5 minutes away from showtime. Boom! That's the crowdfunding link. Not using a bit.ly, have no way to track. But we are restreaming. Restreaming. And I've actually enjoyed the various audiences from everywhere on the interwebs. If you're interested in more WebDM plays, you can always check out the on-demand archive on YouTube. We have all of our shows. Over the holidays, we had a special Deck the Malls, Visigoth versus Malgoth special, where we played with Drac and Aki and Liv and Lucian. I ran that game. I hope they give us some, but next week's the final episode. We'll see. We'll see what they do. You can check out Reality Age Raiders 3, which is our Torg Eternity actual play. We also ran the Dark Eye Adventures in Aventuria. Other shows that we've produced on WebDM Plays is the Dracula Dossier, which is a gumshoe game. Symbarum. We've done Ruins of the Grindelroot, Vice Fly Flourish, Numenera, Breath of the Fall, Aquatic Adventures Across the Poison Sea, and Blades in the Dark. We also ran an Invisible Sun campaign, featuring the Opera Geek. So, let's buckle in tight, get ready. 5-minute countdown, so about 2 more music loops. And we'll see what they give us. I heard rumors we might become a stretch goal on the actual play. Boop. Alright. friend of mine is under the weather. Yeah, we were looking to have a meeting today. Wasn't to be. So, also, apologies in advance if you notice me very fidgety on stream today. The habit was killing me. It was literally strangling me in my fat head. I try to put this on, see it barely, it can't even like fit around my face, so I had to squeeze into it, and it was doing a choke. It wasn't a good choke either. It was a rough choke. Yeah, I was having a rough go. A rough go. I had a bad habit. I need to make it. I'm gonna alter it. We record our final session tomorrow. Yeah, and so I'm gonna try altering it. I need to shave. You notice I'm kind of bearded right now, so I have to shave and get ultra smooth again. I have to put. I mean, I think I have them right here. Like, here's my eyelashes. I had to glue these to my face. These were my eyelashes. I have a bunch, so I'm not going to re-glue those eyelashes to my face. I have others that I'm going to wear. All right. So we'll take about another minute. Let me see where we're at in the music. So I think the music's gonna have to play through one more time after this, and then it will be time to start. And I hope you enjoy the show. I'll be muted out during it. I'll try to be here in chat for as much as I can. It's been an awesome weekend so far. I do need to check my calendar for tomorrow. I know I have some... I've got some stuff I've got to do. By that I mean I have Torg in the evening. You know, it's... we might not make it. Just you wait. We might not make it. It's alright. We are in the final minute. Get ready, folks. Torg Eternity. WebDM Plays Orrorsh is underway. Sponsored by our friends at Ulysses Spiele. Ulysses International, the North American branch. Shout out to our good friend Robert Aducci, the community manager over there, making sure that we were prepared. An enormous thank you to Rudy Basso, our game master, for doing the work and teaching the rules. Because two of us players were newer. I had only played once before, and Maria was new. Hey, Norm, good to see you. And we're going to make this magic happen. So, without further ado, I'm going to mute out on my side. And you can enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome back to WebDM Plays Torg Eternity, set in the horrifying world of Orrorsh. Yes, it's all Orrorsh all the time moving forward, because right now on Game on Tabletop, you can back and crowdfund this book, which has already reached its goal, I should add. So it's happening. Right now, you're just pre-ordering your copy, of which will be sent to you. So you should do that immediately. Link in chat. Thank you, Grant. Future Grant. Yes, so we are playing Torg Eternity. We are playing in Orrorsh. We are playing missions from this Orrorsh supplement in the future. It is very cool. It is the horror variant of Torg Eternity. So no punching dinosaurs today. The only thing you'll be doing is trying not to go insane. Orrorsh! My name is Rudy Basso, by the way. I'm your GM for this evening and for next evening and for last evening when we played last week. You can follow me on Twitter at Rudy Basso for more stupid sayings like the one I just gave you. Let's go around. Everybody tell me who you are and who you are playing and what you are good at. Let's start with Grant Ellis.
Hello, everyone. My name's Grant Ellis, and I'm the producer here of WebDM's Twitch channel. You can follow me on Twitter at YSPapaGrant, and today I'm playing Sister Bethany. She's fallen on hard times as, well, large chunks of her flesh have been lightning clawed from her body.
I think, yeah, the hard times fell onto her in the forms of lightning claws. So, yeah.
She's a sweet spirit.
You'll get through it, Sister Bethany. If not, well, we'll figure something out. Moving on, Shauna. That's the kind of GM I on at Rudy Basso. Follow me. Shauna, how are you? Who are you playing?
Good. I'm doing good. Shauna, I'm playing Alice Yoon. Delphi agent. Is good at field work and also rending things apart by
what happened?
Werewolf.
At the end of last session,
Yeah.
if anyone forgot, you turned into a werewolf suddenly. Bursting up from a pool of blood that everyone's standing in, spraying it everywhere, covering everything with blood, including yourself. Very, very terrifying. Okay. Maria, hi. How are you? You're not a werewolf, right?
Not yet.
Oh boy. Okay.
But I am Maria. I use they and she pronouns. And tonight I am playing Pella Hawthorne. He uses they and them pronouns. Pella is a socialite, typically more versed in charismatic things, but is also well versed in the minds of those who are human, or whether were human, or are scared or were scared, and scary things are happening. And also, they're scared.
Fair to be scared. Dead. And in this particular moment. Yeah. Oh, don't forget, Grant, you have your Cosm card, which seems pretty neat right now. But lastly, and not at all leastly, I must say, Pruitt, hello. How are you? Who are you playing?
I'm good. I am Pruitt the Leastly, which I'm going to add that to my business card. And I am one half of WebDM. You can check our videos out. But this video here, I'm playing Agent S. Uses he, man pronouns. He's trying to keep his own shield, so to speak, covered up, but he's still good with his fists. So that's all he's got, really.
Yes, indeedy. Just as a reminder, last week you were tasked with landing on the MV Molten, a ship that had been a former member of the cyber papacy, high-ranking evil guy had been escaping on the ship. You landed on it, and it transformed into an 1800s era sloop. You made your way through it, facing all sorts of terrors and monstrosities, including a morphed version of this guy named Talamu Scratch himself. And then you made it to the bottom level where you are in a pool, a waist-deep pool of blood. He jumped out and started throwing electricity at you, and then a bunch of other big scary worm things started biting at you. And Alice decided to go full werewolf. And that's where we currently are. It is your turn, Alice. You are a werewolf. What does that mean? Probably things are going to get attacked.
Things are gonna, definitely. No, it's diplomacy time. We're gonna just.
Oh yes,
that's exact. Yep. No, just unarmed just try and stop this?
Sure. So who are you going for? There are 4 opponents right now currently. There is our Talamu Scratch in his cybernetic flesh golem form, and then there are 3 of these worms with a Y things floating around. They've got big spooky teeth, and they're covered in like creepy claws and stuff. So
I think I'm gonna go first. Our good old friend Scratch, just to
Talamu!
yeah,
all right.
just so maybe there's a possibility that maybe you take that out. Maybe the worms, the terrifying,
Yes.
Worms will
Talamu
stop,
currently
maybe.
vulnerable because of your friend and mine, Sister Bethany.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm sorry. That was Pella. That was Pella Hawthorne who did that. So his unarmed
credit.
defense is 10.
All right, please. Bites and claws. Let's go. Come on.
Bites and claws.
Bites and claws.
Bites and claws.
My God,
Okay, that is a natural 1.
that is no good.
That is not gonna do it. Would you like to spend a
I
possibility?
don't think I can
points?
if I wanted to.
Hmm.
Even that was a 1.
Oh, you're right. Duh. You can't spend a possibility point on a 1. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Shauna, for remembering the one rule that I could forget 10 out of 12 sessions last game. All right. That means we have 1 person left in initiative who can go. Your friend and mine, Agent S. What would you like to do?
Agent S, he may be read Alice's file since he has a little more tenure there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one thing to read it in a file. It's another thing to see it in real life.
Certainly.
And so he actually is a little taken aback, which is what popped up on his learn a word calendar. He is taken aback. And
that was the learn a phrase calendar, right?
Yeah. He's trying to expand it. He's trying to go for management material. But so basically he was going for the same guy he's ready to do a little scratch and punch and whatever. But now that the werewolf is there, he's going to grapple to try to keep Scratch in between him and the werewolf.
Okay.
And so that's basically what I'm gonna. It's just imagine Sal S just running up behind him and like just holding him in between him and the werewolf because he doesn't want to get his eyes clawed out.
Okay. So this is
It's an unarmed attack.
Okay, cool. His unarmed, as I said, is 10.
Okay. Yeah, because he is vulnerable. Sweet.
Yes.
Not gonna do that. Okay.
Okay, that's a hit. 12. That is not, or 13. I'm sorry. That is not a good or outstanding success. That is just a success. So
Okay.
tell me what that does.
So basically, what that does. Oop, don't want that. You So he is. I can do damage at strength -2.
Yes.
That's
it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So grappling, it's really, really effective at good and at outstanding success levels, but at standard, it's just an attack -2. So that's kind of the balance you're playing with.
So I normally get a +2 to my unarmed, so he still takes 11. Well, if that does anything.
Your strength is 11?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't do anything.
Actually, I get a +1 versus undead, so 12.
Well,
is he undead?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay,
he's
never
not
mind.
technically undead. It's like weird magic. So that actually is not even gonna. Yeah, you kind of grab him and you're like, oh, I can't grab him. Maybe I'll squeeze him. Give him some squeezes. That'll hurt him, and he's just like he's not having it. Like he's metal on the part you try and squeeze.
Gotcha.
So, okay, that is gonna be the end of our turn. Let us move on to the next card of the initiative. It is called I Have You Now. Remember, everyone tapped a card, right? Everyone tapped. Yep. Okay. Read Destiny deck. And villains go first and heroes are stymied. So everyone be sure to click up that stymied box on your character sheets You too can play you can play Torg Eternity on Roll20. There's a great implemented character sheet that does a lot of the work for you. Okie dokie. Talamu Scratch, having been attacked by 2 people. Well, one of them tried to grab. Let's roll some dice. Okay, 1 Shauna, 2 Pruitt. Oops. Okay, he is going to attack Shauna with a electric claw. Rawr! That's what he says as he attacks you. Or it's more like a rear. I don't know. Yeah, it's like a roar. This is unarmed combat. No, this is melee combat. Does an 11 hit your melee combat?
Just gets past it.
Just does. Okay, you take 20 damage, one of which is armor piercing, which means it can't be soaked.
Okay. 11. What is 11?
11 on the chart is 2 wounds for shock.
Okay. Oof, that's a lot.
Yes.
I do not want to. There we go. Okay. I will just take the whole thing because I do not want that timer to go.
Sure. As you recall, it is at 80%, one might say. So you've got at least 1 to use, everyone, until something happens.
Yeah.
So, all right. Then moving along, we've got some death head worms doing their attacks. So these are going to be against Salvo, Pella, Sister Bethany. This is unarmed, 8, 13, and 10.
I don't think that does because of the bonuses.
Oh, yes,
to
the plus 2
me.
bonus. Oh,
Oh.
13 hits. Okay, so you take...
Quick question.
Yes.
Is the attack considered a test?
Yes, actually, it would be considered a test.
Then
Yeah.
I will play a card so that it fails to hit Mixpella Hawthorne.
Oh,
Dun-dun-dun.
okay. That one might have been useful for...
Late. Well, if it was in my hand and we were allowed to play cards. So, opponent fails.
Yes.
That's why, when the thing happened the one time, I was like, I wish I could have played this card. Ha, ha, ha. But I couldn't.
Okay. Well, then they all miss. And that's good for you, because now it's your turn. But you are all stymied, remember, so you're going to take a -2 to your attacks.
I'm going to... Agent S is going to try to reaffirm his grapple.
Okay. Yes, his vulnerability is still live until Maria goes.
Sweet. Okay.
So that is a good success.
So, because I put this card in my pool and I can't believe it's so perfect, I have Adrenaline, which gives a +3 to any Dex or Strength skill test. So that'll bring me to a 20.
Yes, it will.
And that is outstanding success.
That is an outstanding. What does that do when you grapple someone, Mr. Pruitt?
When you grapple someone oh my God, what just happened? Sorry. When you grapple someone with an outstanding success, I can do strength damage, full strength damage. I have restrained him, which means he is now flat-footed, which means he is very vulnerable.
Okay.
So that's a +4 to any test against him. But also, he is stymied.
So he is both stymied and very flat-footed. And I think the only thing he can do on his turn is attempt to break the grapple. Is that correct?
Yes, he's going to need to try to break that because he is restrained.
Strength v strength, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, well.
So
we'll see the strength of the cyber golem on his turn. But
most certainly will. So that is going to be, let's see, that's going to be a base of 13 damage, but I did get an outstanding success. So that's
2d6.
So that's a +6. So that's going to be 19 damage.
19.
That's 3 wounds, 6 shocks after all the other stuff's removed.
Yeah.
Over the toughness.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything.
What?
Wow.
Oh,
What?
no! We must
Wow.
remove its cog.
He's a tough boy.
So hopefully Alice can take it.
Hopefully.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's a
And I'm going to go ahead and move coup de grace over.
Oh, that's what that was doing. All right. Who is next? We have Sister Bethany and Pella, who have not gone yet.
So Sister Bethany is going to say...
Oh, I'm sorry. And Alice, sorry.
Sister Bethany is going to look at the restrained cyber golem and declare that the Lord did not intend her to be successful. He intended her to be faithful and make an attack with her heavy Sacellum cross.
That's right.
And attempt to bludgeon it. Now it is a silvered weapon, and it is, I know, it's a cyber golem. It's not a, There was a day in RPGs when silvered weapons
I'm trying to
mattered.
remember. Didn't I say everybody gets a +1 to their attack or something because you've been blessed? Remember? Don't forget
Versus
that.
undead.
versus
silver
undead.
weapons do matter.
Oh, really?
Average
What do they
weapon
do?
A lot.
Oh,
Hurt
I
me?
guess
Oh, against some people. Against some people.
okay. So let's see how this works.
Oh no.
Yay.
My bullwhip and my cross have the same
Oh, okay.
things. I just
So-
rolled the bullwhip. So that's not good at all.
No, that's a 4.
So as I said, I that's why I said the quote before it. Wasn't sitting here to be successful. I was sitting here to be faithful and try. Give it that old nun convent try, as they say. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Oof.
That means we have Pella and Alice to go.
Okay.
Pella is going to quickly pull out the they'll pull out the Derringer that they have. There's worm things next to myself, Sister Bethany, and
The third one has not moved to attack a new person yet because it
Okay.
had been attacking Alice.
okay. I know Sister Bethany
Or
is
Selma.
looking rather damaged. So I want
Yes.
to fire my Derringer at the worm that is accosting her.
Okay. Fire away.
I'll try. It's only a 5 though.
That will miss. Your bullet goes wide. Your tiny bullet goes wide as you miss this thing as it slithers around. That's the noise it makes. All right, Werewolf Alice.
All right. Let's do it. Let's go all out. That's fine. I will not regret this.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yep. Okay. And he's very vulnerable.
He's very vulnerable. His
Okay.
melee, his unarmed defense right now is an 8.
Come on, please. All right, so that almost I have +2 because of the stymied, and then 2. Come on.
Oh, only a 10.
Mm.
Alas,
Alas.
that is not enough. to
Damn.
him.
I'm gonna play a card. to
Okay.
add 3 to your total. Is that enough?
Wait, what did I say? No, that is enough.
Yeah, you said
Wait,
8, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, then I didn't need to play. The
Okay,
card.
yeah, you don't have to.
If you played it, it would be a good success. And
was
Then
gonna
I
say,
am.
if you
Yeah,
play
then
it,
I'm gonna
bonus
play it
damage.
to get
Yeah,
the
it's
good
bonus damage.
success.
Blanked.
All right.
Sorry, I just totally blanked for a second there. Okay, cool. Roll 1d6 on
Come
top
on,
of your
D6.
base damage.
Okay, that's
4
at least 9.
plus-
So that's 19. So that's 15. So it's 19.
Yeah, that's not gonna do anything.
God
to
damn.
him.
Can I would like to play a card.
Okay, what card would you like to play?
I would like to play leadership. I
Okay.
believe I can play to place 2 cards from my hand or my pool immediately into another character's pool
Yes.
and then
so
read them my hand.
that means that you're activating these 2 cards for them, regardless of where it is from them. So you can give anyone you want 2 cards. So you decide what it is.
I want to give this coup de grace to Alice.
Okay, read us.
Coup de grace is play to add a bonus die to damage. Oh, it's so tiny now.
Here, let me make it big and put it in the middle just so we can see it on screen.
Got it.
Otherwise, you'll read the whole thing and the audience won't see it in the moment.
Yeah.
With us.
Play to add a bonus die to damage of a successful attack. Can be played after rolling other bonus die, including other 2 coup de grace cards, and seeing the results.
Okay. So that is now in your pool, which means you can play it. Plus, there is another card that you are giving as well.
Yes.
Correct, Maria, what is that second card?
I'm going to give a drama card to
it's called drama.
It's called drama. Yes.
There's a drama deck. Okay.
Oh no.
Play this card as a possibility. You may not spend more than 1 drama per test, but can spend it in addition to regular possibilities and a hero card. I want to give this to Sister Bethany, unless I have to give it to both to the same person.
You have to. I don't know. What does your card leadership say?
It's the same one.
2 cards to other characters.
Yeah. All right. You can give that to anyone. I would
love to give that to Sister Bethany, please.
All right, Sister Bethany, that is your card.
Take it.
Excellent.
But in the meantime, Shauna, would you like to roll your bonus die to your previous attack?
Yes, I would.
All right.
Certainly.
Roll
Please.
it.
Thank God. All
so
right,
that
there we go.
explodes.
Okay.
This is getting exciting. She rolled
There
a
we go.
6.
Okay.
5 makes it an 11. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So he had 19. Okay. He has 19.
19.
You rolled 19, but you gave him plus 11, which means now that he's taking 2 wounds. He doesn't take shock, but
yeah,
you go to town. I mean, you explain how you are attacking. You're doing significant damage to him.
it just leaps on him and just claws, bites, just right into the neck, and then just the claws are just ripping.
Yeah. He's screaming, parts of that armor plating on him is being ripped up, and it's tossed.
Yeah,
one goes whizzing by your head, Pella, as it's just thrown backwards as it's ripped off. And you slice, you break his leg, the cybernetic leg cracks underneath it. You hear a snapping noise as you're holding this guy in place. Salvo, it's
Salvo's holding you
just truly savage. You are covered in this black Icarus blood, Salvo, and obviously, so is Alice.
So many kinds of blood.
Wow, that's exploding dice, baby. That's how it can go. The fight looks bad, and then it looks very, very good. Okay, does anyone have any other cards they would like to play or do before we move on to the next round of initiative? Okay, so get rid of your stymied. That is no longer active. And we move on to... Here they come. I'll make it big.
We go first.
Yes, I'm trying to make it big. I can't do it.
I'll do it.
First, but
yes, heroes go first,
Oh, no.
but villains
Yeah, I don't
flurry
like
on
that
their
one.
turn. Oh boy, time to go all out, friends.
yeah,
Okay, so Salvo, seeing this moment of absolute weakness, I'm gonna not metagame.
Metagame, it's Torg. It's why you play cards and you trade them with each other.
No. In the idea of knowing that the villain is going to flurry.
Yes.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would not do an all-out attack, which makes me very vulnerable. But I'm going to do that because Salvo sees this thing. Just got hit.
Absolutely. You'd know. Okay, we can finish it off if we
need
work
to do
together.
that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do an all-out attack because I'm relentless, and when I do that and take 3 shock, I can add a bonus die.
Okay.
So
his unarmed is 8.
So unarmed is 8, and also when you do an all-out, that's a +4 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So on combat modifier 4. Okay.
17
really good.
just misses outstanding success, unfortunately.
Oh
wait, you have did you take your stymied away?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Why do you have a -2 bonus?
I do have a -2
That's
bonus.
weird. So you should have a 19. What's a 19?
Right?
Right?
Just double
Well,
checking.
the stymied shows up as -2 stymied though.
You're right.
It's
What is that
labeled.
too?
It literally he added a bonus of -2. Like somewhere on his sheet he has a -2.
But I don't though.
Otherwise it wouldn't show up. It's good. The computer's going to do what
I
we
mean,
tell it to.
I unclicked stymied at the end of the last round. I have 0 stymied.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You're not wounded, are you? Yes.
No,
So
I'm
here's
not
a
wounded.
question. So you rolled a 7, so a 7 on the chart is a -2. Why is your value of 15 plus 4?
Oh, it's no.
Oh
because
no, it was from the roll bonus. Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
from the
an
roll
idiot.
bonus. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm dumb. Okay, yeah. 17 is your roll.
So I'm 1 point away from an outstanding
You're
success.
1 from 2d6. Yeah. Right now you only have 1d6. Does anyone have cards they can play on you?
I don't
No.
Let me see.
know.
Well, we're at 80%, right?
You are. Yeah. You could play a possibility.
I want to play
for
a
it.
possibility.
Now
Do it.
remember, play it as an up, not as a possibility. So this still could not give you a bonus. But go for it. Yeah.
Even though I have 7 or 6 total possibility.
Huh?
It was that card that gave us extra stuff.
Shauna's Cosm card is caused.
It was
Yeah.
the Cosm card. Yeah, the Cosm card.
So it changed all of our possibilities?
It changes every possibility played cannot start. It doesn't start at 10.
So I just click up.
Click up. Yeah, exactly. And then plug in.
I still have the modifier of plus 4.
Yep.
My last roll was a 7.
Mm-hmm. So you want it to be like at least a 10.
Nope.
You rolled a 1, making it an 8, keeping it at a -2 bonus. So unfortunately, it stays a
God.
17.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, okay, that's
Torg
still 1
gods.
bonus die. I'm going to go ahead and play coup de grace.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa! You're trying to give me cards.
I'm trying to give you
Classic
cards
Pruitt,
again.
trying to trade cards to me.
Hey, here, have this card. This card's cool.
Okay.
So coup de grace, and then I did 3 shock in order to get an extra bonus. So I still have 3 bonus die.
That's still pretty freaking good. What's your base damage?
Base damage is 13.
Okay. 11 plus 13.
So that's
24.
24 damage.
That is, 5 to 9. It is a 5 over his toughness. Means. So how do you kill Talamu Scratch?
I mean, seeing the werewolf go to town, and you said he took a leg out, so he probably dropped down a little bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
Salvo sees his opportunity being behind this guy, and he just brings both hands up like his favorite hero watching Star Trek, and he gives him the double hammer fist right on the back of the neck, and you just hear like a sickening snap as he brings the hammer down. That one's for you, Beck.
Oh boy, what does that mean?
Yeah, 100% Beck.
It's something baseball players do before they bat.
Yeah, I'm wondering, was that to the late Beck that you're speaking to, or is that to wherever she is kind of a deal? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever Beck Matsumoto is at this time.
Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah, somewhere that Beck's like, yeah, home run.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's this loud crack snap. His head flops over, and then it comes off. It comes off his head. Yeah, he was like, yeah, it's gross. The head is now in your hands, and the 3 monsters screech and then fall backwards. They look to be dead, and the whole ship starts to rumble and shake, as I am currently doing, rumbling and shaking, and just begins to fall apart all around you, but not like a normal boat would fall apart. It starts kind of like oozing and gooing and melting around you.
Not the gooing.
Gooing, yeah.
On
So-
the goo ship.
But it's like a very fast moving. You're covered briefly in gunk and goo, and then you're in the ocean, and there is some wrexum. Is that the right word? Some
Flotsam?
Flotsam and
Flotsam.
jetsam.
Awesome.
wreckage and for some reason I was thinking flottage and wrexum because I know.
No.
But there's some like barrels and some things, some remnants that maybe didn't get fully absorbed by the late Talamu Scratch, and you're able to hold on to that, and you give a call to the helicopter pilot on your satellite phone, and after which seems like a very long time, just floating in the middle of the Indian Ocean. He finally appears, throws down a rope ladder, and you all climb up and get back to land where you enjoy a nice hot cocoa. Oh. Congratulations! Woo! You have defeated Talamu's Scratch.
Gross.
Gross shit.
Everybody gains 5 XP, which they may use to advance. And whoa, that was so fast. You all know exactly what you're going to do. Whoa. So let's go around and tell me what you're doing with your advancement. I don't think we mentioned this, but 3 of you are playing pre-generated archetypes from the Orrorsh expansions. So one of the really cool things about those is it not only does it give you all of your stats and breaks down and gives you some sort of kind of character motive, it also like gives you some, hey, here's how you can advance this character. That way you're not kind of stuck confused after advancing. So let's start with Sister Bethany. Did you follow the, just, I mean, of course you didn't have to, but did you follow the advancement guidelines it gave, or?
I selected one of the check boxes to increase my faith to have a +5.
+5. Nice.
My ads,
wow, that's quite an
3
increase.
To 4 to 5. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Wow, you're going to be casting divine miracles left and right. Oh yeah, you turn off werewolf. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess everyone kind of swims away from you.
Yeah,
you
just like
angrily splash for like an hour and a half.
Werewolves can't swim. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, I guess it kind of slowly wears off after a certain amount of time. Everyone just kind of I guess you try and dog paddle after them, but they can outpace you.
Agent S goes out with his hand, is like, "Hey there, big fella. Sun's getting real low."
What did you take for Alice though for your advancement?
I took Brawler.
Okay. Seems
so
fair.
It makes that
I think you're pretty well familiar with Brawler too, right?
Yep. Actually, no, I'm not.
Oh, really? I thought that was one.
Beck had the bat, so it sounded otherwise. But it does work with like claws and stuff like that. So it stacks with the werewolf claws, so that those become even stronger.
Awesome. And Maria, what did you take for Pella?
I did not take the archetype optional advancement stuff. I chose the occultist perk.
Oh,
yes.
What does occultists do?
So occultists, they and I think due to the experience they had on the ship, they did a lot more studying in the weirds and the wilds and how to stop them. So at the start of the fight against a supernaturally evil creature, I can roll a scholar roll. And I draw destiny cards equal to the success. So standard, I get 1, good, I get 2, outstanding, I get 3. And then I pick 1, discard the others, and I can, whether I made a scholar test or not, they can then choose any one of their cards and place it directly into their pool.
Oh, directly into the pool. That is very good. Skip that pesky hand pool situation entirely.
Yeah.
And finally, Mr. Agent S, what did you take?
Agent S, he does the punching, so unarmed went from 4 to 5. So
4 to 5. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a bit of unarmed punchability you have. That makes
15's okay.
15. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So, you land side on the coast of what was once India. And you get to a Delphi Council safe house where you're able to rest and recuperate. Anyone who took wounds, clear all your wounds. Anyone who took shock or permanent shock previously, clear all that as well. And you're all back to fighting shape.
Do we keep all of the possibilities we had?
You do keep all the possibilities you have, yes. In addition, you can clear your destiny pool entire. So this is up to you. You can draw back up to 4. You can clear your destiny deck entirely and draw 4 new cards, or you can stick with what you have. Everyone should be at 4 cards, though. So please deal yourself your cards from the destiny deck. Trying to remember if I'm pretty sure we have new Cosm cards for every new scene or every new act.
Yeah.
And if we don't, I'm going to say we do anyway. So Grant's card goes away. think we have at least 4 more. Nope. I'm not positive, but I'm sure that we've got brand new Cosm cards too in this upcoming crowdfunded expansion.
Now you did say we can discard 1.
You can discard 1 after you draw up to your new amount.
Good. I don't care about Nemesis. I already did that. So I'm gonna drop that back out.
Okie doke.
And get another one.
I think our deck is out of cards.
Yeah. You're taking the Destiny cards are out?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It has 49 in unplayed in the deck.
Oh, what?
Like draw and it says ran out of cards.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll just
let me just shuffle it and see what happens.
Okay.
In fact, can we pause for a second just while we figure this out?
Yeah. You can bring your own costume to audition.
Bring my own costume to audition. Yes, Grant Ellis shows up and they're like, "Oh, hello."
You're the lead. That's what they say. Okay. So, everybody's healed up. Everybody's advanced. They're much stronger or faithier. They're feeling good. And you're hanging out at the safe house and you get a message from your best friend and my best friend, Quinn Sebastian. "Good job, agents," he says. "You really killed that guy. And you wrecked that boat. You turned that boat into goo, I heard. Pretty gross. Anyway, I got something else for you in the future. No goo in this one, I'm pretty sure. But, not positive. I need you to meet with one of our agents who is kind of plugged into the social scene over in Orrorsh. Her name is Miss Lavender." And he gives you the address, and he's like, she's got a better ear to the ground on what's going on over there, but she says it's an urgent mission and she needs some assistance immediately. She's kind of like a seer type, I guess. I don't know what that's called. I don't deal with that.
Got
stuff.
eyes?
She's got the third eye, I think.
Oh.
She's got normal eyes, but also
She's clairvoyant.
Clairvoyant. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Channeler. Keep it going. What else we got?
Yeah.
Oracle?
Oh gosh, there's another.
Oracle. She does some oracling.
Technical word. Diviner.
Nah, not divine. She's one of those. You all get it. You get it. That's why you're the best. Anyway, go meet with her. She's got some stuff to tell you. And he gives you her address. It's not too far from where you currently are, which is in the outskirts of Kolkata. Which I do not know where that is in India. So you're just nearby. I said you were by the coast. Actually, you're not. You're near Kolkata. Which is not near the coast. Well, it's kind of near, actually. Whatever. That's where you're going, Kolkata. And yeah, so you take a horse and buggy on over there. Exciting. Nothing happens on the way. But you get to her home. It's she lives kind of on like an outskirtsy suburbs area. It's a small kind of cottagey cabin kind of home. Quaint, one might say. And she comes out to you dressed in the Victorian garb, which is very much 1800 style. And she says, come in. I have much to tell you and a task for all of you of the utmost import. So, you know that I am part of the resistance here in Orrorsh, and obviously I have my own contacts and my own friends who are also fighting against the Gaunt Man. I am very disappointed to say that something has been going wrong in my fortune telling. And of course, many things go wrong when you do fortune telling in Orrorsh, but this week I've been doing my daily card spread. And every time I've done my spread, one card has come up. The Doll. A card that has significant symbolic meaning. Now, last night, I went to visit Major Arlington, who's one of the leaders here, fighting against the Gaunt Man, for a dinner party. And it made me realize that perhaps in this case, it was not just symbolism coming up on the cards. Because I saw his daughter had a grand dollhouse. I immediately felt wrong. Something was off. So I excused myself, pretended I had a rather nasty headache, and left immediately, fearing that something may happen. This morning I went to check on them and was very shocked and frightened to notice that no one was around. It seemed as though they had all disappeared. I reported my friends to, or I reported this information to my friend Major Blackmare, who contacted Quinn Sebastian, who brought you to me. I think that it would be best for you all to investigate and try and find out what happened. Major Arlington, as I said, is one of the leaders of the resistance. It's important we know what happened because in addition to himself, there were several other Delphi Council guests there. So yes, how does that sound?
So when you say they disappeared, you mean like the entire party?
No, the house was still there. Yes, or yes, no. I don't know exactly what happened, but when I knocked upon the door, no one answered. When I looked briefly inside, there was no one there. I was there very briefly, as I mentioned. I did a quick scan, noticed no one, and decided to leave immediately. I still felt something was off, something was wrong.
But you said that there were other Delphi council members there.
At the dinner party, I apologize. There were several other attendants at the dinner party. They too were missing. I've tried to contact them. I have no answer when I've reached out.
Okay, well then I won't play this card.
Okay, fair.
I have the connection card.
Oh, what does that do? She says.
The connection card. You know someone in the area who can lend aid.
Okay.
So, I mean, I know somebody from the Delphi Council. They're usually not the party type.
Okay. I mean, I would say that, you're going to be able to get the most information out of this person regarding what happened. If you want additional aid in some way, then definitely that's a cool card to play. But, yes. Other questions? Anyone has any other? I'll tell you as much as I can. Yes, no questions.
I mean, it sounds like you just want us to go over and break into the house.
I mean, break in. I have the key, she says. She hands you the key.
Oh. Well, yeah. That's much better.
Yes, much better.
Do you have any suspicions as to what sort of thing may have happened to them?
I really am unsure. I mean, this is Orrorsh. Anything can happen at any time. I do think that it truly had to do with the dollhouse, his daughter's dollhouse. It could be that perhaps she has fallen under the Gaunt Man's influence. I personally highly doubt that Major Arlington has turned traitor, but his daughter, she's younger. She's 18, I believe. She just turned 18. So it may be that the Gaunt Man has gotten to her, but I am unsure. It's conjecture, really. Shall we go then? Shall we move ahead and head to his home?
We shall.
Oh yes, I can provide you blueprints. Grant?
Grant's gonna pause while he does and pauses. All right.
So she gives you the layout of the home. It's a rather large home, like a colonial Victorian style. Yes, there we go. So you have the first floor and the second floor. They're labeled. The bedrooms are labeled. Emily is the name of his daughter. And yes. So it's a nice home. Enjoyable home. Homely home. And if no one has any further questions, then we will move along. By this point, it's gotten dark outside, and but she says the time is of the utmost importance, and while she too does not care for Orrorsh at dark, she really needs you to investigate this now.
As long as we stay together, it should be, well, better than bad.
Better than bad. That's all we can hope for in this world that is Orrorsh.
Well, at least we can certainly account for each other if we're all together.
Yes, and as you're going, there's this kind of dense garden foliage all like snaking around the outside, and she moves forward and the front door is lit. And she's like, "Oh, that wasn't like that before. Okay, I don't know why the light is on, and the vegetation.
Perhaps someone just came home.
Yes. The vegetation also looks a good deal thicker than it did this morning. Okay, here's the key. Good luck. I'll leave you to it. Emily's room is on the second floor, as I showed you on my little breakdown of the home. Yes. Okay. Yes. Goodbye." And she kind of fast walks out of there.
We're not supposed to split the party. Okay.
She was very nice.
Yes.
I think we've been set up.
No.
What tipped you off about that?
Do you want to do? There's a insight equivalent in this game. I'm trying to remember. I don't know my skills. You can pull a streetwise if you want to try and figure out if she's lying to you, kind of deal, or trying to trick you. I'll take streetwise. What'd you get?
Got a 12 on.
She's being sincere. You highly doubt that she would have gotten this far up within the Delphi Council if she was a double agent.
Yeah, but a seer that didn't see this coming.
Well, people see things in different lights. Could be that they saw something that was, well, not quite as direct as a lit lantern.
She saw the doll stuff.
She saw with a third eye.
Anyway, so there's a path leading up to the doorway, and like I said, there's pretty thick vegetation and vines and a kind of like gardeny stuff along the path. So, would you like to move inside of the building?
Does it look like there's light coming from within through any windows or anything of the sort, or is it dark inside?
It looks to be dark inside. It looks like the light is... So there's like a little foyer as you come up, and inside, it seems to be like the light is coming from inside the foyer. But other than that, you're not really sure. Yep, lantern's out.
I don't want a -6, chat. You know who you are. Hard hands, serious hard hands, chat.
Yes. Okay, cool. So what's the plan then? Front entrance, or what are we thinking?
I mean, I'm all for falling for this obvious ploy, but according to the blueprints, there is also a door to the back. By the kitchen.
Yes. I think.
According to the blueprint.
There's a back door, yes. So you'll follow a side path through the foliage to get there.
Yeah.
I will address the group. Do we want to go through the obviously trapped front door? Or do we want to go through the possibly precarious undergrowth to the side entrance?
I mean, I ain't afraid of no plants, so...
It's not necessarily the plants that would be the issue. It's what's inside the plants. Or hiding in them.
I have a hemp allergy.
You haven't been to the places I've been to. Don't worry. You'll worry about the plants one day.
Also, Pella.
Yes?
You know that you have a relation who lives in this city.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that he is also on the Delphi Council and also plugged into and friends with Major Arlington. Is he a distant relation? Is he a close relation of yours? Kind of figuring this out on the fly. So
I think that he is fairly close, friendly relation.
okay.
I think that he was a cousin, but kind of was like the sibling that I never had.
Oh.
So, you know, we weren't always the best of friends, but we kind of grew up in the same circles and kind of did the same things.
Okay. Cool. Maybe that will come up.
Wait, no way.
Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. Then noted. Okay. So what's our marching order here? That's what you always love to hear from your DM. What's the marching order here?
Sister Bethany kicks the door down with the light.
Whoa. You go, okay, fine.
No.
The door gets kicked open.
Maybe.
Damn.
Like, that's the way it works.
Do it.
She
Follow
would lead the
your-
way.
follow your-
Never mind.
chase your bliss.
Sorry, side entrance. Okay, you kick the door open. Bam! The door smacks open. And then there's eerie silence. There's no reaction throughout the house. You hear what sounds like the clicking of a grandfather clock as it ticks. Other than that, it's utter eerie silence. The foyer, very nice. It's a fancy way of coming into the house. You see there's an umbrella holder. There's a very nice, like, coat rack, and the head is, like, in the shape of a lion, like a lion head coat rack. Pretty neat. And there's a side table with a silver tray, and on it are several calling cards and a stack of invitations. So, the following cards are on the tray. Miss Augustus Lavender, Lord Reginald Hawthorne. Or sorry, not Lord, Colonel Reginald Hawthorne, Countess Indra Patel, Major Forsythia Blackmere, and Major Obi Musa. And then next to that are the invitations, which have positive RSVPs. Miss Augustus Lavender, Colonel Reginald Hawthorne, Countess Indra Patel, blah, 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 Father Luis Alves Diaz, H. Nathaniel Pecala, and Miss Sarah Latifi. I don't know why they're different. Maybe those first people were packers of previous Kickstarter. They got their names dropped in. But so that's the list. I'll paste it in a back chat so you can all remember who is there.
Latifi has a room on the second floor.
Latifi has a room on the second floor. Good job, book. Let's make some quick changes. Okay, so as I noted, there's nothing in here really otherwise of note. Do you go further into the home? Yeah, there's a doorway right there that leads into the you can go from here to the parlor, to the study. Let's put this over here. Or to the dining room. Or you can go up the stairs.
I'll go over to the cards.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you pick up the cards.
Yeah. I'll kind of rifle through them and see. I assume that this Hawthorne is in fact my cousin.
Yes, right?
Okay.
He's a colonel now.
He's a colonel.
I hadn't heard of his recent promotion.
No.
You were stuck in a horror-ridden boat.
It's very recent.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm covered in goo. He's getting a promotion. We're just in different circles now. But yeah, their brow furrows as they see this, and they have a very bad feeling about this.
Yes. So Pella is looking at the invitations. Does anyone else want to wander around or do some looking? You can turn on lights and lamps and gas lanterns and everything, so it doesn't have to be super dark.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if there's a lamp or a candle nearby, he'll pick one up and he points to the stairs, like, should go check out the kids' room, since that was the whole focus of her
Oh, the doll.
whatever. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dolls. Dollhouse.
Bethany
It
leads
is
the
a-
way
it
to
is-
the lantern.
It is a fairly large house. I don't typically offer this kind of a plan, but should we perhaps go in pairs?
You mean
As
You
in
mean
Two.
two,
Salvo.
two,
like we
two.
split up?
Well, I mean, it is a large house. We don't necessarily have.
It's a large house where people disappeared.
You make a valid point. And they'll slip Reginald's calling card into the pocket of the vest that they're wearing.
You're more familiar with these houses than I am, but do these houses have basements or extra spaces?
So this one doesn't.
Columns?
No, there's no underground level or anything like that. It's all one level.
Sometimes they have cellars, but this one I don't think particularly does.
Correct.
And might as well check the thing that had the most interest here.
That's true. We'd find that dollhouse. Maybe it'll have some answers.
Okay, at least cross it off the list.
Okay.
I don't like the stillness. This is almost makes it worse if there's anything here.
So
That's true.
everyone goes up the stairs to Emily's room, correct?
Crickety creek. Yep.
Yep, that's right. It's just, again, pure silence as you walk up the stairs.
There's no squeaky creakies?
Oh, no, sorry. Besides the squeaky creak.
Well, that'd be like
Okay.
I don't know.
That would be
this
like
house. This house is
Okay, yeah. You go up the squeaky creakies and open the door. And who do we got magic people here or no?
You have a miraculous person here. And a psionic, I believe.
Yeah.
magic. You mean.
I have a couple of like
Precog?
oh yeah, precog.
Give me a precog thing.
Precog and nog. Oh yeah. It would be an
Not
11.
enough. Not enough, says I. Cool. So you all open the door and you feel yourselves suddenly. You see the dollhouse. It looks exactly like the house you're standing in. And then you feel yourselves shrink down and like teleported inside of the dollhouse.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're
Oh,
in the
dear.
exact same room. You know that you're in the. You just know, right? Like
Gravity feels different.
exactly. Like everything just feels like it just feels different. You don't hear the sounds of outside anymore. You know that you've been shrunk down and you're tiny. And inside this room now with you, you're in the same spot. You just opened you're in the same spot outside the doorway. You have opened it up and you see a young woman sitting down on a bed with a piece of paper, kind of just like scrawling something into it over and over and over, and like kind of taking a moment and pausing and kind of looking frustrated and confused.
Hello?
She kind of glances your way and looks annoyed, then goes back to what she was doing.
Such sass.
I will go in towards her and say, I don't mean to bother you with whatever you are doing, but who are you?
Looking around the room, you see pictures of this young woman in a lot of picture frames, and you see a picture of her and what you assume was her father and her mother, and you see actually a very large framed picture of her mother over, or what you assume is her mother, over her bed. And again, she looks at you, looks annoyed, and goes back to writing on her paper. And you see she has written the same thing a bunch of times in multiple sizes and in weird ways. And it says cleanse or banish, banish or cleanse. That's all it says on the paper she's scribbling into.
I will turn back towards everyone else and give a uh-oh kind of look. And say, "Are you Emily?"
She kind of rolls her eyes and takes another piece of paper and writes "obviously" on it and shows it to you.
As if.
As if.
Jeez.
She kind of motions towards the pictures in the room as well.
Oh, yeah. Vanity.
Emily, where is everyone else? Did everyone from yesterday come here too?
She writes, they're in the house at places.
Is anyone hurt?
She shrugs her shoulders.
I'll look towards the rest of the group and give a small like shoulder shrug of like, "Do you want to ask anything over here? Over here."
No, I'm getting no. Then all right.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah. Kind of offering it for questions for anybody else if they
Yeah.
wanted to give them to her.
Are you being kept here against your will?
She nods and then she writes, "I don't know who you are, but please free us." And hands the piece of paper to you. And then she looks away, and any further attempts to try to speak with her, she just ignores you.
We've run to the end of the dialogue options. This one.
You just get the ...
Dot.
Yeah.
All right. No, we're good.
I don't have any more things to say to you.
I like her. She's a good NPC. All right. So we gotta free everyone.
No.
That does also include ourselves. We do find ourselves in this predicament.
Of course.
She points to the obviously thing that she wrote before on that other piece of paper.
Thank you, Emily, for all of your help. And before we leave, or before Pella leaves, they will ask, do you know where Colonel Hawthorne is? Or the last place that you saw him?
She shrugs.
Right. In the house, I assume. Thank you for your time.
She puts her head down on her table, her desk table, or desk, and just kind of lays there.
I'm going to leave this awkward conversation.
Welcome to Talking to Teenagers.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all have a map. Where you want to go next?
I think it was Colonel Hawthorne in the dining room.
With the candlestick.
I think you're right.
It's the same map. No.
Well, we're on the second floor. Do we want to simply go?
What about this Latifi? Their card was down on the table, yet they have a room in the house.
Miss Sarah Latifi?
So I'm sorry. That should say guest bedroom 1.
Oh.
And
Okay.
father should say guest bedroom 2.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Okay.
But that does mean that they were staying longer term.
Let us head to guest bedroom 1.
Yes.
That is Latifi's. Yes. So this is a very, like, you open the door and it's kind of like got a bluish kind of hue to the room, along with kind of dark wood. It's a very nice kind of like darkish kind of room, like a dark coldish kind of feeling to it. There's a suitcase in the corner, and Sarah Latifi is performing a salat, which is a Muslim prayer. Okay, it's the Muslim way of praying where they I'm speaking as someone who does not know much about Islam. I am literally just Googled it, so I hope I'm not doing anything wrong, but it's when they pray in the direction of
Mecca?
Mecca, yes. Or Kaaba, the Kaaba. And
Kaaba is in Mecca. Yeah.
yes. So that's what they're doing. They're doing the Muslim prayers when you come in.
I wouldn't interrupt until they were finished.
Okay.
I
Sure.
would wait.
So it seems as though, if any of you know, it seems like she may have just began. So you might want to leave and come back later if you don't want to interrupt.
It'll be a while.
Yeah.
We could go right
the
next.
Master, the master
Right
bedroom's
next door.
right next door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. You walk over to the master bedroom. It's empty as you open the door, and there's an oil portrait hanging over the fireplace with two men in major uniforms, and there's a much younger it's the major, you assume it's the mother and father again of Emily, and they're both wearing major uniforms. And you, Pella, get a sense of like love coming off of that painting specifically, and a sense of peace and comfort in the room. But other than that, there's nothing else in here. Actually, make a precog check again. DN 12.
Yeah. Wait.
Wow, you failed.
Right. Why did? Oh, I know why. Never mind. Yes, it was a bad fail. It was a 4.
Wait, are you skilled in this or not?
I'm
Could
supposed to be. Yeah.
Did I do a bad job?
I don't know. Well, let me check the sheet. I'll
Yeah.
double check.
I hope I didn't mess up your character sheet when I put it together.
No, you're fine. You actually, you're good. Nope.
Oh, then roll telepathy. Sorry, you're trained in
you're
that, right? So you have to have an ad in something to be trained in
No.
it. If
Okay,
it's just
I
on your
misread it
sheet.
completely then. No. I
okay.
am not.
That was my bad then. Sorry. All
That
right.
is okay.
Let's have if someone spends me a possibility point, something may happen.
I mean, I have already rolled, and I do have a handful left over, so I can spend it.
Do it.
Oh.
Bam. All right, you spend a possibility point, and the painting that was giving off like kindness and love, you, for a brief second, there's like a flash in your head, and it's been like slashed and cut, and instead of two smiling people, you see the father looking like terrified and tired, and like he's like looking over his shoulder in fear. And the daughter is just kind of like wide-eyed, staring blankly out. Her eyes are all black, and the woman is not there at all. And then it flashes, and it's back to that nice, friendly, loving photo or painting.
Oh.
Anything wrong?
Was I the only? Did everyone see that?
Only you saw that.
Oh, good. Good. There's something, and they're gonna walk in and go up to the painting. Is it one of those like giant?
Yeah, it like goes
Like
over
five
the whole
to 6
bed.
foot,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. It spreads across the entire bed, like above the bed, or over the fireplace. I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
across the entire length of the fireplace.
They would go up to it and would kind of run their hand on the canvas itself.
So as you touch it, you feel like a telepathic scream in your head that says, "Get away!"
They'll instinctually like take 3 or 4 very quick steps backwards.
Something wrong with the painting?
Well, it screamed at me, so yes.
Let's scream back at it.
It's not typically how
Jess walks up to the painting and screams at it.
Okay. There's no response.
No response. Okay. So there's no chance for a back and forth.
It's not communication.
What?
It didn't look like this. It was much more horrifying, and I'll describe the details of what it looked like.
What did the scream sound like?
Did it sound particularly like it may have come from one of the figures here?
It sounded like it came. It's like a woman. It sounded like a woman.
Oh. I'm going to touch it again. And kind of like with my, it was like a mental screen,
yes, it was
right?
like
Okay,
a mental screen.
Cool. As I go up to touch it, I kind of want to try to impart as much as I can with my mind. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help.
Sure. Let's see. Make a reality test.
Oh.
Or no, make a willpower test.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
it was a 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You feel like you are trying to be attacked psychically when you touch it again, and that feeling of like kindness that you're putting out is completely refuted and turned away. And you feel like the longer you touch this, the more under attack you will be.
Okay. I will take my hand back and say, I don't think that this is a particularly good painting.
What if?
I mean,
it's a bit aggressive.
This isn't going to
Burn
be
it.
A comforting thought, but what if all this is that?
I just don't want to get sucked into the painting and go another level deep.
If this is a construction, like, why does it have those? If it's not the actual thing, why does it have those impressions on it?
I don't know. Perhaps if we find others in this place, maybe they can shed some light on more.
Yeah.
Another guest bedroom up here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And you know that is probably has Father Luis Alves Diaz in there. Would you like to head in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Yeah, you just feel still, Pella, you just feel that anger and hostility oozing off of the painting now as you still leave.
So the warm, fuzzy feelings are gone?
Totally gone.
Oh, good. Well, at least there's no more lies about it. This is being honest now.
That's true. So you head to the other guest room and you open the door to see a man in his late middle age, I would say, kind of flipping through a Bible, kind of frowning in concentration. And he looks up at you and he says, "Oh, hello, more guests." And then he goes, well, then he goes back. Then he does like a double take at you and he leaps up and says, "Oh, yes. Oh, fantastic. Another member of the clergy. You can help me." He also has an accent.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if you're aware. Some of the others seem to have lost their short-term memories, but we are clearly in a dollhouse. We are in the dollhouse that was in the girls' room. We are doll size. We are dolls. So,
short-term memory.
I don't know. They remember coming to have a dinner party, and that is the last of what they remember. And they think that they're simply guests staying at the home. They don't seem to understand what has happened.
What's it? All at once, or what did they fall into it?
It's
at different times?
It seemed like suddenly, we were at dinner, having dinner. There was, I don't think it was quite a flash. There was a sense of movement, I would say. And then suddenly I was in here in my room. And luckily I'm new to the Delphi Council, he says, and he gives you the Delphi Council handshake.
Of course.
But I am not new to the workings of miracles and divinity. Ever since the invasion began, I have felt a divine presence in my everyday life, and so I asked to be assigned to Orrorsh to kind of help lend a hand in that regard, because obviously, and he motions around, there are other things at work, much more malevolent things. So that's disappointing. But
so you said you were having dinner at the time.
Yes, it was a dinner party. Yes.
Have you investigated the dining room here?
I have not.
A perfect representation?
It does. I did a quick walkthrough of the building, and it does seem to be 1-to-1 in terms of. I mean, I've not seen the master bedroom before, sir, but from what I saw downstairs and where I was before we began dinner, it seems to be exactly as the home is.
Have you had any sort of strange or supernatural encounters since you've been here?
Not personally, although the major says that he can see his dead wife's ghost, which is rather alarming. I think that now normally I would recommend cleansing a home that is invaded by an otherworldly entity. But here in Orrorsh, as I mentioned, I have been recently assigned here. I'm not sure what exactly the order of operations are. So I don't know if cleansing will be strong enough. It may give us an advantage if we have to go to a further route, but again, I don't know. It may be a waste of time. But I know that there... yes, so that's what I know.
What was the girl writing?
So sorry.
What was the girl writing down?
She wrote down cleanse or banish or cleanse.
Interesting. Why not both?
Why not both? Perhaps
sure.
a cleansing and then a banishing.
I could aid with cleansing. Banishment could also work. I suppose I could try and do that. Yes, we could. So if we were to cleanse, then we might bring it forth as it might be cornered, and then you may have to defeat it in combat or however it may work. Whereas banishing might send it away, as one might think from banishing, but not destroy it. So that might be difficult as well. If you were to banish it, it may return at another place. It may be within the Gaunt Man's grasp, and he may be able to use it as an ally for further problems. So I don't know. It does seem to be a bit of a what to do.
Question, Padre.
Yes.
Can I punch a ghost? Is that a possibility?
Have you tried?
I think I want to say you might need a special perk for that. I know I do. Spirit
Gunch
Bane.
posting.
Yeah, I can punch ghosts with a perk. That's up to the GM, though. I don't know. Incorporeal.
Yeah, I can say that with because you're Storm Knights and all that jazz, that I think that you have the ability to fight ghostly entities. If this isn't even a ghost that you'd be fighting. So.
Well, Pella, did you say that picture had a lot of malice?
Yes, the picture in the master bedroom was quite angry. It is possible that that is a focal point for some sort of malevolent entity or energy of some kind.
Yes. So anyway, I am going to continue doing research on the act of cleansing, which I have not done since I was a younger man. So I want to make sure I can learn more about that. I recommend you, explore the building, explore the home, look for more clues, any information we can find on what this is, whether it is in fact the Major's wife or not, would be incredibly helpful.
How recently did she die? Did she pass away?
It was, let's see.
Is that public knowledge? Is that something we would know?
So you do, yes, actually. So Major Arlington moved here into Orrorsh to fight the Gaunt Man because his wife had been killed by Gossbogs.
Got it.
Yeah, and he took his daughter with him.
Okay, got it. Then I retract my question because I know the answer.
Yes. Or maybe earlier the Miss Lavender had told you that information.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One last question, Father, before we leave you to your research. Do you know where Colonel Hawthorne is in this house?
Oh, Colonel Hawthorne. Yes.
Recently appointed, apparently.
I believe he is downstairs in the... Hold on. Study.
Perfect. Thank you.
Study.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
We leave the father to his work. Yeah. Are the sounds of prayer still coming from Latifi's room?
Yes, you do hear quiet sounds of prayer. Yeah. Where would you all like to go next?
S is interested in the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all go downstairs to the dining room. A large table stands in the center of the room, laden with half-eaten food and drink. It smells both delicious and terrible in here. Sitting at the head of the table, with his head in his hands and his food pushed away, is the man that was in the oil painting in the master bedroom. You must assume this is Major Arlington. He looks... He's not crying, but he looks completely out of it. You know what I mean? He's just kind of like in shock, it feels like. He just seems like a man who has no idea what to do and feels cornered and trapped.
Major Arlington, are you all right?
He looks up and kind of acknowledges you with his eyes, but then looks back down and shakes his head.
We're here to help. Is there anyone else in this room, or is it just a major?
No, it's just him.
Okay.
He says, "No one can help us. I don't think. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do."
I'll move over. Is there a chair? He's at the head of the table. Is there a chair next to?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
There are chairs all along the table.
Okay. I'll go and sit at a chair next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to ask him. You don't know what to do. What problem are you trying to solve?
And he says, "It's Emily. She's very upset with me. I don't know how to deal with her. Ever since we lost Theodore, I don't know. She wanted to fight against the Gauntman. I told her she couldn't. This isn't happening. It's impossible. I brought her here, but I know I must keep her safe." And he continues to ramble on about some fight that he must have had with her recently. None of what he is saying seems to acknowledge what is currently happening.
Right.
He seems really wrapped up in this stuff with his daughter trying to enlist to fight, and him. They got in a very heated argument, it sounds like.
You need to apologize.
And he says, no, I will not apologize. I lost her mother already. I won't lose her too.
Intimidate him, slapping him.
You're slapping him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
Right, make an intimidate.
Listen.
Make an intimidate check.
I'm a nun. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's like. You can't let these little lily-livered, quivering, I can't do that. No, you fucking can't. Sorry. All right, I failed. I'm going to use a possibility.
Okay.
I'm actually going to use a card as a possibility. My hero card. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Just so the audience can see that beautiful bean footage. And then I'm going to... My last roll was horrible. 22.
Okay. I mean, you slap him, and he, like...
He needs to stop being so rambly. That's the intent. It's like, look, you gotta straighten up. Soldier up.
That seems to send him further spiraling downwards.
Oh, no.
And now he's just on the ground, like, cowering and covering his head, and just, like, really, really upset.
The Major has failed. He should be court-martialed and ashamed of himself.
That does not gauge it.
I'm not trying to get a reaction out of him.
Okay,
He's useless. He already said he didn't know what... all right, we'll break it down just a quick meta in character. He said he didn't know what to do. He said he got in a fight. He's not willing to apologize. Gosh darn it, we can't make him apologize. And he's willing to just sit there peeing himself instead of being a soldier. You know what? Not worthy of his rank.
But he's also not in war right now.
Seems like maybe
soldiers are often not a battle.
Well, but maybe the loss of his wife.
I'm sure he has lost many loved ones, many of his bands of brothers throughout a variety of conflicts through the reality wars. He should be made of more steel than this. My thought is his mind has melted. And I know out of character I'm sounding insensitive, but it's just...
You're good.
Nothing.
So, Rudy.
Yes.
As this is my particular practice dealing with those who have dealt with fear and with things of anguish and things of that nature, I would love to try to help this individual calm down and get out of this mild or not so mild headspace to perhaps be a little more useful.
Okay.
I don't think he's useful.
I will say that it will take an outstanding success since he has been slapped to kind of, I assume, nicely bring him back.
I would love to try to be as nice as I possibly can.
Persuasion, or you tell me if there's something else that you think can work here.
In the military, they wouldn't coddle him.
I'm not in the military, am I? To each their own. Okay. I have a perk called Wiles, which is I spend a possibility, gain +5 bonus to my charisma for 1 test against a single target.
Yes, perfect. So that'll give you a +5 to persuasion.
Okay.
Which you were already pretty good in. You have 13.
Yeah.
So,
Now's where I see
12.
I have as high. I actually think my persuasion's higher than my intimidating. I was like, I got to get my high modifier.
I got a 19.
So that's a good success. You
okay.
need 3 more.
I have a card I can play. Dang,
Okay.
it's a second chance. Or I can pull it out of my hand someday. Boop.
I think I actually have a card that would give you +3 to it as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what you need. So I would say
you need a +3.
Hold second chance.
Okay. Yeah. If you do not.
So I'll play willpower to boost your result by 3.
Perfect.
Okay. So your kind way of appealing to him seems to come off a lot more effectively than a previous attempt, and he kind of looks up at you, and for once you see kind of clear recognition in his eyes, and he says, "What? Who are you? What happened?"
I am Mixed Pella Hawthorne. We came to your house on behalf of a mutual friend of ours, Miss Augustus Lavender, who was concerned about your well-being. It seems that you're not well-being right now. Do you know exactly where you are?
He looks around. We're in the dining room.
In a way, yes. We're very small right now. We are in your daughter's dollhouse.
He kind of frowns. Dollhouse?
That is concerning. Did you know that your daughter had such a thing?
My daughter's 18 years old. She doesn't have a dollhouse.
Well, she did last night, and that is where we are now.
He kind of looks around frequently. He goes to the window and he looks out the window, the dining room window, and he sees a big version of his daughter's room. And he says, I don't understand. What?
For your dinner party last night, do you remember anything strange happening?
The dinner party's tonight.
Dinner party's tonight.
Is it not? And you see, he looks at the food on the table, and it's starting to dawn on him that something is very, very wrong. And he just kind of rubs his head, and he says, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what happened.
If he's not already, I'm gonna put him back in his chair.
Okay.
Or in a chair. I'm gonna put him in a chair that's not his chair. It's gonna be a different view, different change of pace. We're going to try to figure this out. We're going to try to get everyone back to where they need to be. The father upstairs said that you'd seen something.
He breathes in deeply and he says, yes, it's over the past week I swear that I've seen Theodora in the home, sitting on the bedside, sitting in front of a fireplace. I swear that she has been here. I see her out of my corner of my eye, then I go to look and she's gone, but it can't just be coincidence. Some form of her is here.
Is she always in the same place?
No, I see her all throughout the house. Sometimes she's in the kitchen. Sometimes I swear I've seen her sit down across from me at this very dining room table. And he points to where he was just sitting.
There's a ghost.
Has she ever tried to speak with you or?
No, I've never had any experience or heard or seen from her since she was taken. Oh yes. So her body was never recovered. She is assumed dead because there was an ambush by those Gosbogs, which are the kind of plant zombies of this world. And he got away, but she was taken and presumed dead.
Hmm. All right. Well, we will, like I said, we are going to try to figure out how to get everyone safely out of here. You're sure that Emily did not have any sort of dollhouse? There was not any gifts that were brought?
I'm certain. I'm certain that I've never seen her with a dollhouse in this home.
All right. Well, stay here. Stay.
He kind of nods and he's yes. I think I need to sit here for a little bit. And he looks he's trying to figure this all out and put it together. It's a lot of information dropped on him very suddenly, and he was already not in a good place. So he just kind of wants to sit here and think.
Sorry.
I will guide everyone out of this room. I'll make sure that Sister Bethany goes. I will make sure Sister Bethany leaves him alone.
Not willing to apologize to his daughter. Couldn't do that. He picked the fight. I know. It's one of those things. I just give him that stern nun look and then leave. That's what got me. It's like, oh, I can't apologize. How dare you?
Cool.
I would love to go into the study to try to find my cousin.
Yes. So yes, the study is on the first floor across from the dining room. You walk in, it's got, bookcases lining the walls, and sitting on the floor with books open and papers strewn about, and there's like a bunch of candles in the area, is a young? How old are you, Pella? He's like your
Pella's in their mid-30s.
Sure. Okay, yeah. So young, kind of strapping individual wearing a uniform with colonel's bars. He's actually got his uniform's jacket off, and his sleeves are rolled up, and he's kind of looking through something very intently at a piece of paper.
Pella lets out an audible sigh of thank God. And we'll say, "Hello, Reggie."
Do you hear him snap to and immediately turn around and, Pella? What in the world are you doing here?
What are you doing here, Colonel?
I'm trapped in a dollhouse. What does it look like? And now you're here too. Oh, great. Our whole family is trapped in a dollhouse. Fantastic. Great for the lineage. You're here? You're here. Okay.
I would introduce everyone to this is my cousin, now Colonel Reginald Hawthorne.
The little thing.
Everyone else.
Arabia, don't worry about it. I'm very excited about promotion, yes, but I think this is a little more pressing. We can talk about that later. I'd be happy to talk about that with you later. Yes, so we're dolls. You and I, and you, and you, and you. We're dolls.
You seem either terribly all right with this or absolutely not all right with this.
The service, it makes you all right with things that you would think are not all right. Yes, so we are dolls, but believe me, I've had stranger and, dare I say, worse situations upon me. At least
I would love to challenge you
again,
on that one.
Later, I would love to exchange some stories with you. This is a wild continent, is all I'll say. Yes, so I'll tell you what I know. Last night, I went up the stairs before dinner started, and suddenly I was in here in the library, and I could not remember what happened, but I and you'll have to excuse me, cousin, I saw a book on military history, and part of me was like, ooh, I shall read this. And I got kind of caught up in it until Father Louise came down and informed me that we were dolls. At first, as you might imagine, I did not believe him, but he made a compelling argument and convinced me that, yes, we had been shrunken down. I saw the girl. I saw she's in her trance or whatever. And yes, so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing some research. I found this book, and he hands you a book that says The Intricacies and Science of Seances. And he says, I think now, Father and Madame Latifi, Countess Latifi, I should say, both seem to have, or Miss Latifi, the Countess is someone else. Miss Latifi, they both have a plan of doing a cleansing with their respective religions. Both of them have this sort of ceremony in their religions. So both of them seem very capable of doing it and seem very gung-ho, as we say, to move forward with that. But they did ask that I do possibly try to gain some more information on the entity that may be haunting this home, the Major's wife, former Major herself. So that is what I've been doing. I think a seance may be good, but also may be very bad. Unfortunately, this is not my area of expertise.
Sister Bethany would interject the word medium out of nowhere. She's like, medium! And she goes,
yes, I saw that quite a bit.
She goes, that's the word I forgot to say when Quinn Sebastian and I were going back and forth with all the different psychic clairvoyance. Medium. A seance requires a medium.
That old dog. Don't
He's
care.
Very handsome.
Disagree. All right.
He's got an agreeable smile.
He never smiled.
Maybe yes, he never smiled. Yes. So I think gather information and then travel room by room and do a blessing. Blessing or house cleansing prayers. I think that may solve the issue.
When did the wife die?
A few years ago. Yeah. So,
any particular prayer?
I'll hand you the book, yes. Sister Bethany, if you care to do a little reading.
That classic Catholicism house cleansing prayer. Plot prayer.
The plot prayer.
So, but he is pushing the seance. If that's something anyone would be interested in doing.
I would love to do the seance, and I'd love to act as medium.
You will be the seancian. No. The medium.
I would love to be the one that the dead wife speaks through.
Oh, okay. Yes, that sounds very, okay. Okay. He's kind of like, so I was thinking of doing it. No, you're right. Medium. Someone, there's, okay.
What were you
someone
thinking?
Has to act as medium.
I thought that there would be like a crystal ball in the middle of the room. That hold on, and he goes and he flips through the books more. And he's
You're
like, okay,
looking to conjure a spirit.
Conjure.
So you don't want you want it to
no.
You want to manifest a spirit? Do you want to talk to the spirit? We just want to talk to.
Okay.
Want information, right?
So if we gain information, it may help with the cleansing. But if we were to conjure it and perhaps keep it distracted, they'll be able to work more efficiently and without the possibility of being attacked themselves, something that the father said that he is very concerned about. Maybe that would be a better avenue. We'll call the ghost here, the lady, and then distract her. But how do you distract a ghost?
If it's actually her.
Something at once.
You attack her? Give it something it wants? What does it want? That's what I wonder. I don't know.
Perhaps we should start by trying to talk to it before we try to bring it here.
Use a Ouija board, ask it what it wants.
Ah, Ouija. Yes, I have a Ouija. How do you pronounce it? Is that how it goes? I thought it was Waha. Not Waha.
Wahaha.
A Waha.
Waka waka.
Ouija, huh? That is a very strange pronunciation for a word that is very strangely spelled.
Well,
Very well.
when you're using Milton Bradley as your psychic tools, get what you pay for.
Okay. Maybe we'll use I don't know. You all think that over. I can start gathering things that we may use. Well, I have not quite a crystal ball, but I'm sure we can find something similar to a crystal ball.
You might be able to use it.
Okay.
Wait,
hold
water,
on.
shadow water.
And he starts flipping through it. He says, "Here we are. We can use an item of significance to the entity. So this is well, not her former home, but there's the home of her husband and her child. Surely that they have some remembrance of her or some form of
memorabilia.
Yes, memorabilia. Yes.
Personal
Memory
artifacts, things of that nature.
artifacts.
Relic.
Yes. So maybe relic. Yeah, these are all good words. Maybe we can use one of those instead of a crystal ball. In fact, it says here that would be even more effective.
I'm sure. Why don't you take a look around, see if there's. I think the major may be in a better state to talk, possibly.
Oh, yes.
Do be gentle.
That's what we say in the service. Be gentle. Never slap a subordinate. Never, ever, ever slap.
Don't do a hit.
Never.
Don't do it.
Always
Perhaps
stop.
you can talk to him and see if there's something that would.
Yes. Let us perhaps split up, and then I will, or you may come to me when you think you are ready for a seance. I'm very excited and very scared, but that's pretty much sums up the military.
The reality wars. The few, the proud.
Cool. I think maybe with that we can end this session. Yes. Okay, I'm getting the thumbs up, the double thumbs up. Okay, great. So we will conclude this mini campaign with a seance or a conjuring or some sort of Waha board usage. We'll be seen. Thank you so much for joining us and for watching. This adventure comes directly from the Delphi Missions book of Orrorsh, which you can go back right now on Game on Table, right? Yes, Game on Tabletop. It has already been funded, so that's great stuff. There's no risk in that aspect of it. You'll get the book when it comes out. My name is Rudy Basso. You can follow me on Twitter at Rudy Basso. Let's go around again. People, where can other people find you on Twitter, and what are you currently up to? Let's start with you, Grant.
Hi everyone, my name's Grant Ellis, and you can find me on Twitter at WisePapaGrant. Another note about the crowdfunding campaign, while it has been funded, let's make it exponentially successful. So
Yes.
there's other opportunities to make future Torg titles, and then you might see us get to play again. Maybe we show up in Ale or Tharcold, or we show up in the Cyber Papacy. One project at a time is currently the way we're working with Torg, and let's raise our donations and let the project be exponentially successful.
Great. Moving right along, Shauna, where can people find you online? What are you all up to?
Hey, I'm Shauna, Flying Cirrus on Twitter, Instagram, where I have all the art that I do and the games I play, including on mostly for Supernatural stuff on twitch.tv.otherdoc. It is Urban Shadows. It's a Rome campaign, and I am playing someone who not so smartly sold their soul to a demon. So living with that, worst boss you ever had.
Nice. Maria, where can people find you online? What are you up to?
I am Maria. You can find me on the internet at Happy Capster. You can also find me. I'm the community manager and writer over on Goblin Society Games. We have a book It's out now on Drive Through RPGs, Mercraig's Compendium of Curios, 300 magic items to use in your D&D, 5e, or fantasy type game. It's very pretty. I love it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
Great.
what I'm doing.
And Pruitt, where can people find you online?
Hey, I am Pruitt. It's JPru Inc. on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also co-host of WebDM, which you can check those videos out on Wednesday on our YouTube channel. And yeah, I can't wait to see if we can't exercise this demon.
We shall see indeed.
So you can use that degree in kinesiology.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week for another episode of WebDM Plays Torg Eternity. Bye.